Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Planescape Torment. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we have a chat with Marissa over here, a self-described very attractive woman with the hair of snakes. I think she petrifies everybody. She's basically a Medusa sort of thing. But yeah, we need to ask her about Vivian's scent, because apparently she was the one to take it, so let's have a chat with her. Marissa's cold, cruel voice hisses from out the darkness. It returns. You have a reason for coming this time, I trust? Or just more of your pointless questions? Yeah, more pointless questions, Marissa. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that we could ask. We have asked all of them. I also could turn my Lim into a statue, but I'm not really gonna do that, because I don't see any reason to. At least I don't remember. No, I don't think there's any quest for that or anything. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issues, I guess, from the darkness around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. Vivian! Well, it's funny that she just shows over there. Vivian greets you with a polite half smile. Had you any luck in finding my scent, perchance? No, but I had some questions. She nods imperiously at me. Go on, then. So I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? Were I to know its location, I'd set it alight and cast its remains on into the deepest of pits. May that wretched thing never find her precious veil and be confined to that chamber for the rest of her days. And she harumphs after that. Okay, well, she's a dead end. I do know, however, of somebody that mentioned Marissa before as well, I think. It was over here, Kimashi Addertongue. Let's see if she knows anything about the veil. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? Actually, let me ask this again. Yeah, Marissa stole it. Are you sure? She's not sure. She just wants me to go in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find her crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? She smirks. Up your arse, perhaps? Hells, I don't know. And Kimashi smooths back her hair, which instantly springs back up into a spiky mess. Okay, so she's not gonna be any help. That much is certain. We could talk to Grace over here, see if she says anything. Hello, oh, yeah. I spoke to 9 of the students, as you asked, but I could not find a 10th. And you could not find a 10th student? How curious. Well, I was just reading the choices here. My initial thought was that the 10th student was indeed Louis, or Louise, or however. And I'm gonna go with that. Me considering this option over here, that I am the 10th student, me considering this option is metagaming, because that's just the game giving me that option. I hadn't considered that, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with that. I think Louis is the 10th student, in his own way. And she nods. Very well. And your thoughts? Louis is in serious need of a carpenter to trim that libido of his. That's true. That's true. Let's go with that. Yeah. Ha! Falls from Grace, laughs softly, and her eyes sparkle. A practical thought indeed. Very well. I will travel with you if you still desire my company. Yeah, I do.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become
Mistress
stronger.
High and Mighty will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly.
That would be strength fall from a great height. I might even bump her off myself.
That's her AI doing things. Oh my god. Can you please not? She's a cleric, that's right. Okay, I didn't hear that, so I do apologize for that. Let's just reload. I have a quick save. that's for the end of the episode right there. Okay. So I'm gonna need to do the thing that I just did, which is fine. So I'm just go with that. I was told.
Updated my journal.
Yeah. So that updates the journal, and
Alright.
let's go straight. So we didn't really get any updates, so it doesn't really matter. We're going around. It doesn't matter that we talk to people and get shouted at by that lady over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disable the AI so she doesn't screw up on the
How may I help you?
on the cutscene, because there was a cutscene. I got a little bit of it, but not too much. Yeah, I spoke to the 9 students, and let's go with the same one. I think that's an interesting one. And yeah, I will travel in with you.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I
Oh,
have
Mistress
become
High and Mighty
stronger.
will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from a great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Okay. It was, yeah. Sure. Okay, and now she's gonna heal. How does she do that? I don't think I like this AI. Screw that AI. Shut up. You're too noisy. Okay, so we have the 5th thing, special ability. Is that a special ability? Sensory, oh boy. She, okay, so she probably has a bunch of these spells right there. Cure moderate wounds. And that's what she was casting. Yeah. There we go. I'm not gonna cast that again. Yeah, it's annoying. It's really annoying. So she gets. Okay, I'll need to look into her character in a little bit. Let's see about you, Dagon. At first, when she went right at Dagon, I thought she was gonna kill him. I really thought she was just gonna cast something terrible on him. Okay, so 3 hit points, and that's that. He doesn't actually gain any spell memorization abilities, although he has them. Zerthimon's focus, what's that for? It targets the Zerthimon teachings and the way channels mental, physical thing. When the caster recipient's chances for the critical attack are raised for 5 seconds per level of the caster. And over here, it's 10 feet radius when activated. The spell, whenever the caster is attacked while the spell hall. Oh, that's a decent one. I'm gonna go with that. I like that one. That's one I'm always looking for, balancing all things, and in the middle of combat, I never remember. Okay, so we have. Oh, sorry. Bumped the microphone really well right there. I do apologize. Let's cast another healing spell right there, because I'm gonna throw it away well, maybe I'm not gonna throw it away, but I'm gonna throw away some of these spells. Yeah, it's the priest spells over here. So we have Blessing, which grants +1 to hit and +1 to saves to all the friendly creatures. Really? That's an interesting one. I might want to go with that. Protection from evil. That sounds good. Curse. That does not. It's just -1. It's actually nerfed from Baldur's Gate, I think. Detect evil. Not needed. Halo of Lesser Revelation. When cast, the player character selects any target point within range to center the spell on. From there, a glowing vibrant green color emits from the center and grows out to a 40 feet radius. All hostile creatures will be surrounded by a glow at the duration of the spell, which bestows a +2 penalty to armor class to all affected creatures. There's no saving throw to this spell, which is pretty decent, actually. It's a pretty good one right there. No saving throw. It's always good. Then we are using Cure Light Wounds. Oh, she has Cure Light Wounds. The color coding over there kind of threw me off my game, to be honest. Okay, so that's that. We have Aid over here, which she cast immediately. That's the thing that she cast, and that's why I don't like the AIs, because it just cast the buffs when there's no need for that. I prefer to fail at that myself, because I always forget. So +1, how long does that last? Not very long. +1 to hit, +1 to saves to all, to the target creature, and also provides 1 to 8 more hit points for the target creature for the duration of the spell. So 8 is not really that necessary. You have a spiritual hammer over here, 4 to 10 points of bludgeoning damage for every 3 levels that the caster has, acting as a +1 weapon, +1 to hit and +1 damage, gaining an additional +1 for every 6 levels of the caster to a maximum of +3. So that's just a really powerful weapon right there for high-level characters. I wonder how high-level she is. Shut up, don't laugh. This is not a brothel. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm just waiting. She is level 7. We're level 10. Does she share? No, she does not share the experience that we have. She's. Oh, I had just a lot of experience. It's crazy. So yeah, that's that. Let's go with priest spells over here. I'm gonna stick with those. Call lightning. Oh, that sounds good. 2 to 6 points of 2 to 16 points of electrical damage, plus an additional 1 to 8 points for every level of the caster. That's a proper one right there. That is a proper one. And what about the prayer? The prayer grants a bonus of +1 to attack, damage, and saving throws to all. Friendly to the priest. Those who are hostile get a -1. So it's basically a modified version of the blessing, I would say. So I don't really want that. Yeah, remove it right there. We got flame walk. This gives a single target +2 to their saving throws against any fire-based attacks, and gives all fire-based attacks a multiplier of that. So basically, you take less. You take basically half the damage of any fire. Yeah, it's good because it's a times 0.5. Times 0.5 is a little bit confusing to me. Speak with the dead. This allows the nameless one to initiate a dialogue with the dead body within speaking range. Really? Huh. Why does she have that? Remove curse, flame walk, call lightning. And then we have cure serious wounds, and that's that. We have a cleric, and we have fall from grace in our inventory. Or not inventory, I didn't mean like that. In our team. Let's have a chat with her and see what happens now. So did I talk to her about any of this? I actually didn't look at our inventory. I should have. I had some questions about our travels. Yes? So... there's a lot of dialogue in here. I'm gonna risk reading stuff that I have read before. So let's see. Can you tell me about the Tenari? The Tenari are fiends, some call them demons. They have embraced evil for chaos' sake. They dwell upon the poisoned plains of the abyss, where they feed on their own rage and lash out across the multiverse, despoiling all they touch. They forever seek to tempt others into committing crimes of passion and vice. And you are a Tenari? That is correct. I am a lesser Tenari, more specifically a succubus. And she gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with various pleasures of the flesh. Yeah, and we have asked this before.
Yes.
How did you come with the name by fall from grace? She didn't say that, did she? The meaning of names is a complicated subject, she says. There is much to be said, and a great deal that is better left unsaid. Is fall from grace your real name? Perhaps, she smiles slightly. Perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I think a name which is earned carries the greater weight. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because a name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you've accomplished. She nods. Your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Well, I think I might have excuse me, I might have answered that. Would it matter? She smiles. It is an earned name. Well, it matters to me. I would like to know how it came to be called that. I have fallen from my people. Yeah, I expected that. Some would say risen from my people, perhaps, but fall feels more right to me. And she looks at you questioningly. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes, perhaps that is why it felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. And are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue over her eyes. It is turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I thought so. Yet, in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things. She smiles. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? She nods. You are most kind. I will do so. Very well, then. Can I ask you some other questions? Can you tell me what you know about the Sensates? The Sensates are the faction of Sigil that are devoted to experience. Okay, so I know that. Can I join them? I need to go... Student of Light. No.
Updated my journal.
Oh, this is new stuff? Okay. So I know what the Sensates are, and she says, to join the Sensates, one needs only to be a student of life. Yeah, I meant I was interested in joining their faction. Oh, of course. Forgive my teasing, she nods. If you wish to join the Sensates, I would inquire at the Civic Fest Hall. Someone there should be able to help you. Yeah, I do, but yeah, we'll see. Can you teach me anything of the art, Grace? Fall from Grace shakes her head slightly. No, I do not believe so. The art and the disciplines I practice are different. Well, how do you mean? My powers, as you see them, stem from my faith, not from manipulating energies as the art does. The art is a mechanism by which the power of the multiverse may be harnessed, through gestures, rituals, and devices. My powers come to me through a different means. My faith and the nature of my belief allows some of the multiverse to reveal itself to me. The nature of your belief? What do you believe in? I believe in experience. I believe a person may be changed for the better, the more of the multiverse they are allowed to perceive, and the more the multiverse is allowed to perceive them. My belief is the nature of experience allows me to... And she pauses for a moment, thinking. I suppose the best explanation is that my faith allows me to see things differently. When you see the multiverse in such a way, you learn how to change things, mending wounds, seeing a person's heart, and so on, just by willing them to happen. Yeah, but, well, actually, before I continue, let me just say that what I think she's alluding to is kind of related to one of my own personal, most fundamental beliefs, which is that perspective is, having multiple perspectives on a thing is fundamental to understanding things better. And it's pretty simple when said it like that, but because it is pretty simple, it's a fundamental belief of mine, that basically perspective is all. And I think that's what she's saying right there. Experience. Because, you know, that's how you gain perspective, is through experience. Yeah, but those changes you make seem a lot like spells. How do you learn to do those things? Do you have a spell book? No, my spells, as you call them, they come to me after I have rested and centered myself. When I sleep and awaken, I can focus myself once more. The amount of faith required to change the multiverse around me can be quite taxing on the psyche, I'm afraid. Just being able to see how to change things is not enough. You must have strength to make the change happen and last. Okay.
Yes?
So that was an explanation for the clerics in this game. Pretty awesome. Do you ever use weapons? No. There's seldom the need, and I find that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron or even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers. Such as...
Updated my journal.
The kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals. Oh, is she gonna kiss our enemies to death? Because that would be interesting. I didn't look at her spells, though. Other special abilities, I should say. Though they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Fall from grace sighs. I can resort to it when the need arises. Well, I guess I have an easy way to kill myself then. Anyway, had some other questions. Oh, yeah. Why did you set up the brothel? I established the brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simply carnal. I think this is what we asked about before. Why did you establish this place? You fled from the abyss, how did it happen to Sigil? And I asked about the tale, very well, not my past. One lead up at the Tenari standards. I'm Tenari, a fiend. I think I talked to her. My mother was among the finest No, she didn't say any of this. I don't remember. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. I'm trying not to repeat dialogue that I've read before. But that's why I kind of skip. But anyway, let's go back. If you are of this, how do you establish? Okay, so I know about the brothel. Yeah, it is a long tale, she says, and not as interesting as some would make it out to be. She sighs. It is intertwined in other tales of war and slavery. It is not a pleasant tale. Yeah, I would still hear it. Very well. No, my past is not a long one, at least by Tenari standards. I do not know if you are familiar with the Tenari, but we are a race of the Abyss, a staggered series of planes filled with chaos and evil hearts. I am a Tenari, a fiend, a succubus. I grew up upon the first plane of the Abyss. My mother was a succubus herself. As I am sure you are aware, succubi tempt mortals to bring their souls to the Abyss. My mother was among the finest, seducing countless mortal men to their eternal damnation. She now dwells in the Abyss, selling her children into slavery. Your mother sold you into slavery? Yeah, she sold me to the Batazu, the blood enemies of the Tenari. I think she rather expected that they would kill me, despite her knowledge of other subjects. She knows little of their culture and the delight they take in tormenting others. How did you escape? The Batazu are a proud species. The thought a Tenari could best them at anything was intolerable to them. So I challenged one of the proudest of the pit fiends to a contest of improvisation, and my Tenari nature afforded me an advantage. You see, the Tenari are creatures of chaos, wild and unpredictable. The Batazu are more cunning, with orderly hearts. They understand improvisation, but they are not its best practitioners, and thus I won my freedom, and my path brought me to Sigil. Oh, very cunning of you, Fall from Grace. Yeah, I guess that's that then. I don't remember reading that, so yeah. Oh, yeah. That's then again. Can I read your diary? No. Please? Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Okay, well, I didn't even know why I asked that. Why would I didn't even know she had a diary. Can you tell me what you know of the rabble again? Okay, that's again. She was said to have one of the hags. Okay, hags, I should say. Is anyone else who might know about her? Yeah, thank you. So what do you know about the Blood War? Okay,
Yes.
let's not go back to the Blood War there. I had some questions about our travels. That's what just happened right there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about our companions. Who in particular did you wish to discuss? Well, me, actually. What do you wish to discuss? I mean, sure, let's go with that one. To be honest, I'm curious as to your feelings about me. Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Well, I'd like to know your thoughts on my situation then. Do you know anything else that might prove helpful? She asks. Well, shadows keep coming to kill me. I have a feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. Shadows. Fall from Grace is silent for a moment. Shadows are shades of the dead. They do not tend to hunt. They tend to lie in wait for victims. Curious. I'd like to know any other thoughts on my situation. I think there's someone out to murder me, so much so I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to an inscription in the tomb, he's been coming after me for, well, as long as my incarnations can remember, it seems. Then, whoever the killer is, he's lived a very long time to have pursued you so long. She taps her chin for a moment. Could the killer be immortal as well? Possibly. I'd like to know any other thoughts on my situation then. Okay,
Yes.
so I can't ask anything about that. I can ask about the companions. Me, actually. That's my situation. Do you have any idea who or what I might be? Grace frowns in thought. I freely admit that you are something of an enigma, she smiles, but I find such mysteries intriguing. Shall we attempt to puzzle out your situation? I think this is going to lead us back to the previous thing, but yeah. First, while it is possible that you are a tiefling or some rare crossbreed, my guess is that you are human, or were at one time. Yeah, alright, go on. Your appearance is approximately a male in his early 30s. The stitching and scar tissue make an exact determination difficult. The key to your past is your memory, and it seems that certain locations, events, and people trigger seemingly forgotten memories. It would seem to be in your best interest to visit as many locations as possible and speak to as many others as possible. In short, experience your universe as much as possible. Yeah, sense it's advice, eh? Fall from Grace gives a bemused smile. I would not advise it if I did not practice it, and if you did not already know it to be true. Yeah, I know. Okay, then, so that goes back to this one over here. Excuse me. So I can ask that again. So I can go back to that. Okay. I want to know about you. Me? Really? She smiles. She thinks about this for a moment, then nods. Very well. If there is anything you are curious about, please ask. So I'd like to know your thoughts on my situation. Oh, that goes back to that. Okay, so that's where this one is. Do any of the, okay, so goes back to this one. What about Morte? Morte is most peculiar. I've seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a mimir. Granted, there's no denying he is knowledgeable, but he has a certain Batorian smell about him. Batorian smell? Yes, but he's not a Batazu, at least of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. Yeah. What do you mean when you say Batazu and Batorian? Oh, my apologies. Bator is one of the outer planes, the home to a race of fiends called the Batazu. They're evil creatures, yet they're organized and lawful in many of their behaviors. Some might call them devils. They believe in contracts and hierarchy. In many ways, they are like evil bureaucrats. Or however you pronounce that. So that goes back to the smell, and that goes back to that, okay. What are you saying about the Mimir before? Now, Mimirs are encyclopedias of knowledge. The owner may ask them questions, and if they possess the knowledge, they will inform the user of what it knows. Yeah, so it's basically a smartphone. Sure. And Morte is a Mimir. Well, I don't believe so. Morte lacks the silvery metal that, silvery metal, yeah, that Mimirs customarily have, and he seems to have an attitude of his own. Such qualities are not present in conventional Mimirs. And she shrugs slightly. He may be one, but he's unlike any I've encountered. I believe Morte is a Mimir. Then enough has been said on the subject. Well, I guess that's that then. What about Anna? She is strong and capable, and she's quite passionate. I almost wish I had met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. And she studies you for a moment. What do you think of her? Well, I think I could fall in love with her. Yeah, that's not what I think. Oh, well, actually, I was thinking. There's multiple layers to how you can answer this. When this question is asked, you can talk about the person, but you can also talk about what you think of the person, and falling in love with somebody is definitely related to that. But I wanted to talk about the person, and I think this one is quite relevant, but it's not very insightful. I don't think. Yeah, I think she doesn't care for you very much. Can I? Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. I would agree, Grace smiles, but I shall not let you dodge my question so easily. What do you think of her? Well, I consider her a friend. Nothing more there is kind of, yeah. I don't like that, but it's quite, it's because of that line right there. Let's go with that. Very well. Then yeah. Anyway, well, that goes with that. So is that all for Anna? Huh. Okay. Well, let's ask about Dakon in the next episode, because we're out of time for right now. So let's move on, and we'll talk again with Fall from Grace in the next one. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Planescape Torment. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!